First off, let me apologize for my face being a photograph. My internet is not cooperating well. Actually, it's just not my internet, it's the neighborhood's. So I have an excuse. It's not me, it's Rogers. So write any complaints to the ghost of Ted Rogers. So at the end of our last session, I had awarded 300 improvement points to our players because Gary kept complaining that I hadn't been dishing them out enough. And we all know that not getting improvement points or experience points keeps Gary up at night. So I thought I would remedy that situation. So everyone except for Slicks got 300 improvement points. So why don't we just go around the table very quickly and explain how you spent your improvement points? And I'll start with Feliza.
Oh, okay. Oh no. So I had previously, we had a total of 520 improvement points from the first time that we received improvement points, but I actually had already spent some of those. Oops. Not oops, I needed those. So this time I spent it on two different things out of the remaining points that I had. So I spent 300 of those points to move up to fixer rank number 5. So my reasoning for this, because I like to choose improvement point level ups based on what Alley Cat actually has done in the session, and I think that for the amount of time that she's been working for and with Slicks and the things that she's been doing, like harassing Cicero to give him 10% of everything that he makes as his manager, I think that she's been doing her fixer job pretty well. And so I thought she deserved to move up a fixer rank. And the other thing that I spent points on was to move up to drive land vehicle level 5, because she did so much driving and managed to not get those poor old people killed despite Tab's best efforts.
I like that a lot. That's keeping your improvement in line with how you earn those points. I'm going to give you a big old Emma point for that.
Yay!
And Gary, do you want to just kind of briefly touch on how improvement points work and how Felicia just spent hers and how you spent yours?
Yeah, absolutely. So improvement points is, if you're familiar with tabletop role-playing games, improvement points is Cyberpunk's level of experience. What they do slightly differently is there's a table that the storyteller is given to say, okay, well, you're this role, you're a warrior, you're a socializer, you're an explorer. How well did you play your role in this game? And each player has a primary role and a backup role, and the storyteller awards points based on a chart that's at the end of the game, which also, or it's at the end of the book, excuse me, that also talks about how you can spend these points, and you get, of course, get a bonus if you completed a mission. You don't get quite as many points if you don't. What Cicero did is, like Alley Cat, he improved his role ability, which is kind of like your main class ability in Cyberpunk. Each character has one. For Rocker Boy, like Cicero, it's charismatic impact. So it's his ability to influence people. It went from 4 to 5, which is a big jump. So now, with a very modest check of 10, I can convince a group of up to 6 fans to act as my personal posse. So as soon as we get back to Night City,
How do we define a fan?
the Pizza Punks Cicero posse is live. I'm looking forward to role-playing that. I'm sure you are too, Emma.
Are we your fans, Cicero?
I mean, you're like my fans, obviously, but you're not like my posse, because you're like my party.
Oh no, I'm your manager.
You're I don't understand how you weaseled your way into getting 10% of all my shit. Like I never signed anything to that arrangement. But as Feliza said, we got 520 points. There's a table which gives you basically how much you can improve your points. The main thing about Cyberpunk is the better you are at something, the more expensive that thing is to purchase with your improvement points. So for example, of my 520, it cost me 300 to go from charismatic impact level 4 to charismatic impact level 5. If I wanted to move up in a skill that I didn't have, say I wanted to become a sniper all of a sudden, that's the shoulder arms skill, it only costs 20 improvement points to get that first level of the skill. But if you wanted to go from level 6 to level 7, for example, it would cost you 140. So it's something to think about as you're leveling, to balance out your skills so that you're not just going necessarily for your high value stuff. But then again, it's your character. Do what you're going to do. And that's what I did. I have 200 and something points left, 220 points left. For the next time we get improvement points, I'm going to go to charismatic level 6 so that I can get an even sexier posse.
Is that how it works?
No, there's really no difference between level 5 and level 6. It's just level 6 is closer to level 7, which is where the break is. And I want them to, do crimes for me and stuff.
That's just Gary's artistic interpretation of what the posse does.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, we're all going to be handsome people.
Like we already are, right?
Yeah, but you're my party, not my posse. I need a posse, Alley Cat. Jeez. I'm an artist. I need yes people, because all I get from y'all is abuse.
I need yes people.
So what you're saying is you want a posse party.
Yes, that's literally what I said, yeah.
All right, and Tabs. Amy, how did you spend your improvement points?
So I had previously spent 100 improvement points to increase my cybertech abilities. That feels useful. And I believe I'm going to spend 260 of them to level up my first aid because we're gonna need it.
I think it's worth an Emma point that you didn't spend it trying to improve your handgun skill.
I didn't finish. I still have points left over. I did take 3 levels because I had nothing in handguns. I had nothing. I had shoulder arms, but that's not what a submachine gun goes under.
No, that's true.
Oh God.
I did. Is that weird? Yeah. So I did take 3 levels on handguns. And I still have points left over for next time.
Oh, excellent. So, great. You all are leveled up. So the little cross on the corner of your screen disappears, which is a great callback to Baldur's Gate. Okay, so going back to where we were, you guys were at Gary's farmhouse, which you had scouted out, and it was looted, or he's not there, and clearly someone was mucking about. And then as you were searching around, you got a text from Slicks saying you guys better get out here. So we'll just pick up where we were, where we left off. So Alley Cat, your buddy, your mentor Slicks just sent you a text. What are you going to do?
I just start going outside.
Just start going outside.
Start going outside.
Do you let the rest of us know?
Was this a group to all of us or just to me?
No, it was to everyone.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I just start going outside.
Tab, what's Tab doing?
Tab's probably still rifling through stuff in the living room.
Yeah, and you see just Alley Cat come down the stairs and just go to exit the door.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up on that in a minute if I hear noises. But Alley Cat is a capable individual, and I don't want to crowd their style.
Okay, and Cicero.
Cicero is still on the second floor. He's going to try and make his way into one of the rooms that we searched that are adjacent to the front of the house and take an elevated position to heroically cover his friends as he does.
Okay, so you're taking up position at a window? or?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you roll me perception check?
Let me give you a perception check. Love making perception checks. That is a 21.
Okay, so you scan off in the distance outside of the house, and what you see is, of course, the van's parked there, but the windshield is shot out, and you can kind of see Slicks's legs and Billy's legs lying prone on the ground on the floor of the van, and and as you look a little closer at that van, a shot rings out, and a giant hole gets blasted into the window frame right next to you.
All right. Cicero is going to shout aloud, and he is going to say, I would have expected you to be a better shot, Gary. And then he's going to go away from the window.
Okay, and Alicat, do you want to make me a perception check? And tabs too, yeah, tabs if you want to roll me one too.
$16.
Okay.
Ooh, 18.
Okay, so you both heard a gunshot and a crash come from upstairs.
Cicero.
With that score, could we tell that the sound came, like the shot came from outside?
That's right. And you know what? Why don't we roll initiative? And Slicks, you can roll initiative as well.
Oh, great. Okay. And I was going to add too, like coming off after hearing it, Cicero yelled that out the window. For you guys don't know, but cutting inside the van, Slicks has his body's kind of pressed up on the inside of the van, and he hears Cicero yelling. And so he kind of turns, and from whatever he can, muffled yell out, go, everybody watch out! And roll for Nish. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Totally made sense to me.
Okay, Slick's got a 12.
Tabs?
I got an 8.
Alicat?
9.
Cicero?
17.
Okay, Cicero, you get to go first.
Fantastic. Was I able to get a sense of the position of the shooter based on my exceptional perception check?
Make me a deduction roll.
Oh. Emma, I've been waiting 12 sessions for you to ask me to make a deduction roll. 19.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, judging by the hole in the windshield of the van and the impact of the bullet in the window next to you, you can kind of get a general direction from where that bullet's coming, or that fire's coming from.
Okay. I'm going to...
Unless it's a magical bullet.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to leave the upstairs. I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to try and get to the front door.
All right.
And I'm going to tell Alley Cat and Tab approximately where I believe the shooter to be.
Okay.
You look over there. I believe Gary is minding the store, if you will.
And just as you say that, a bullet rips into Alley Cat.
Ow! From what direction.
You were standing in the door.
But from the front or the back?
Oh, from the front. From the front.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Don't. Tabs is still.
I'm
rifling
not that
to-
bad of a shot. I mean, I am, but
20
Cool.
points of damage.
All right, so the good thing we need to know is that I believe it's a sniper. Sniper's rate of fire is only 1. So that's something.
Slicks, it's your go. You heard another shot ring off.
Oh my god. Okay, so Slicks is, I mean, I'm gonna use my turns just to stay hidden at least this time. But so Slicks can really as he clambers up and whatever he can over this body. Also, there's this dead body in the back of this van, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh gosh. So he's wiping the goo and the brains and the gore off his face, and he's looking up and he's trying to look through where the shot came from the first time and use his teleoptic. So I guess I'm going to use a skill on this one, obviously. What do you think? Of like a perception? What would this be?
Yeah. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Great. Okay, that's my thing. God. Ooh, 12?
You can kind of figure out where it's the direction it's coming from, but you don't see anything.
Okay. So my eyes have done that. It's a real close up on my eyes, and they're doing that like sci-fi where my irises are like twisting and turning, and then it sees my POV, and I'm like scanning the horizon, and nothing. I can't see nothing. So Slicks just hunkers down more and takes out his gun, and he's just going like, oh man, and
Awesome.
waits.
And but you do hear snoring, and you look back, and Billy's fast asleep again.
Not again.
Alley Cat, you felt this big, painful heat rip through your torso, and you've been shot. What you gonna do, friend?
I'm going to go back into the house. I'm basically going to throw myself kind of like around the side of the door frame, and like hide as best as I can because I'm bleeding a lot, almost as if I have only a quarter of my actual life force left in me.
Oh, you
at this
metagamer.
No, I'm bleeding a lot. Alley Cat bled a lot last time. She's been bleeding a lot today, so she's not feeling very good. So she just kind of like hides because she feels terrible right now, and kind of like looks at herself. And can I try to stop my own bleeding? Can I do a first aid check on myself?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to try to stop my own bleeding so that I don't die. It's an 11.
That's seriously wounded, less than half of your hit points. It's a DV 13.
So didn't make it. And so she's just kind of like patting her blood.
like you.
Like one does. Just like, I'm bleeding. It's a lot of bleeding. A lot of bleeding.
Oh, okay. I get it. So stabilization. So you can't heal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you rest, you can't regain your hit points unless you roll the stabilization check. If you are mortally wounded, like you're 1 hit point or less, then you have to roll death saves, which is also the same thing as a stabilization roll. But yeah, you didn't stabilize yourself. You're still bleeding, but you're not losing hit points because of it.
Okay.
Okay. So no, Alley Cat, your first aid roll was not sufficient. You are
Yeah.
not stabilized.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here, bleeding on the floor. Bleeding on the floor, bleeding on the floor.
And Tabs, it's your go.
Luckily, one of us is trained in first aid. I would like to, with a panicked look on my face, Tab is going to head over to the collapsed alley cat and try to stabilize her. Because I just took some more first aid. All right, that's a 10, 24 first aid. So hopefully alley cat is very stable now.
Sorry, everyone. My internet crashed again, so I'm calling in on the phone. What a wonderful way to run a game. Thank you, Pandemic. But anyway, so we're continuing on. Tab, sorry, do you want my internet crashed as soon as you started talking? So do you want to start off again and just say what you're doing?
Absolutely. I'm going to go over to the grievously injured alley cat and attempt to stabilize her. I will possibly be chuckling under myself, under my breath to myself about how fixers always try to fix everything, even themselves, but sometimes they just need a little helping hand. So I rolled a 24 for my first aid check to stabilize alley cat.
Very good. You have stabilized her bleeding. She's no longer spilling her insides out. Now, when you crawled over to Alley Cat, were you careful not to expose yourself to the open door?
Probably not. There was a lot of blood.
Oh,
I had a little bit of a panic going on.
I love your honesty. Okay. And Cicero, it's your go.
Okay. Cicero has a really good idea where this shooter is, right? Between his perception and his deduction. Okay. Can he make his way out of the door and take cover behind the car or the van in whatever direction the shooter wouldn't be able to see him in?
So yes, you could if you ran.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Okay. Yes. If I ran, I can do that.
Yeah.
What's the range? How far away does this shooter appear to be approximately?
Somewhere between. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell because you were able to use where the direction, but not necessarily where.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I then, as I'm running, make a deduction to determine the approximate range? Well, because I know
Go
ahead.
Out in that distance, but I mean, for you to try to deduce based on hit locations and sound, that would take some calculations. That would be beyond what you'd be able to do just running.
Sure. Okay. Then I will just run, and I will take cover behind the wheel well safely because I'm a hero.
Okay. Yeah, and you can make that perception check if you like.
Yes, I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a 20 though.
About 150 yards away, there's a small shack. Beside it is a motorbike, a black motorbike, almost like a Harley Davidson on speed. And there is a cloaked figure standing behind the shack.
Okay.
With a sniper rifle.
So 150 meters or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hide behind the wheel well and think to myself, perhaps I should train in sniper rifles. Hasn't come up yet. And I'm done.
And Tab.
Yes.
A bullet ricochets right like an inch from where your leg was or leg is. That is kind of sticking up from the door. You were careful. It didn't hit you, but you see this big hole in the ground right next to your leg.
Okay. Thank you.
Slicks. You hear another gunshot.
Yeah. Also, I was just thinking, do we need to convert 150 meters into metric?
That is
Not
metric.
The other form of, anyways. Okay, Slicks is like, oh my god. Okay, so Slicks's intention is to do this as he's hearing, he's hearing Alley Cat get shot. Obviously, she let out a big scream. He heard something. He's hearing these other shots go off. So he's going to do this. He's going to, as he previously is still like this. He's like, you know what? Look at that. He puts his gun back in his coat and he crawls over this gross decapitated body, and then he crawls over this sleeping Billy, and he's like, "Oh, she sleeps everywhere." And then he crawls into the driver's seat, and he wants to be able to crouch down enough. Now, in the immediate vicinity, Slick's intention is to like drive this car around where he knows the bullets are coming from. He wants to drive it like around on the other side of the house, so he's out of the range of fire.
Okay. Yeah.
The
keys are in the ignition.
Yeah.
Unless Alley Cat did something dumb and take the keys with her.
No, that's a fixer thing that we know. We always leave the keys with the high-ranking fixer, right?
That's one of the rules, is it?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So so his attention was focused on trying to take a pot shot at Tab. So yeah, you have the opportunity to start up the van and gun it.
Oh, great.
And you loop around the house.
Oh my god, I do it. I just do it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, great. So Slicks is there, and he brings the car to her, screeching. All this dust puffs up from behind him. He's like, okay, and he's still crouched, and he's just waiting for a good moment now to pop out of that car and enter the building and hide with these guys.
As Slicks drives away from the vehicle that he hid behind to take cover, he's going to look around and he's going to say, "What in the absolute fuck was that?" And now he's just out in the middle of the middle of the open field with a sniper about to shoot at him. You better hope I die, Slicks. You better hope I die.
When I got shot, was I able to kind of get a vague idea of where it came from?
Why don't you make me a deduction check?
Ooh.
9.
You have no idea.
Outside, okay.
Yeah, you see from outside. You're like 40% sure it wasn't Tab.
Well, with how much blood I've lost today, it's lucky I'm sure of anything, really. So Alley Cat takes out her agent and she texts in the group chat. Where are they shooting from? Where are they?
And you manually type that. You don't get Mike to do it for you?
She doesn't really have her faculties at this moment.
No,
she's not doing good.
poor Alley Cat. Tab, what are you doing?
Alley Cat is stabilized. Alley Cat's fussing with her phone, so it looks like she's doing something important. Tab's gonna look out the door and see the van drive off, and Cicero is just hanging out by himself now. Can I tell which direction Cicero is looking to try and like triangulate who might be shooting at us?
Well, so yeah, you can definitely tell in which direction Cicero is standing, but from what I understand from Cicero, like once the van took off, he was like looking towards the van, going, "What's
That's
the F?"
true. That's true. I wonder if I might have a piece of technology in my bag, like my Hawk Friend drone, that I could grab and send out and perhaps try and get a better view of our attacker.
You sure can. Yeah, your little dude's in there.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I'll do like a tech check to see if I'm good enough at flying them in the right direction.
Yeah, make me a tech check.
All right. Well, that is a 14.
Yeah, you can get him up in the air.
Okay. And then I'll probably put on my cool look through my drone's eyes goggles and just sort of keep an like start searching to try and figure out where our person is, and maybe keep an eye out for any other people because we don't know that they're acting alone.
Gotcha. So your little drone is a buzzing, and are you sending it out the direction, or are you just having it hover?
I want to send it out in the like general direction that I think our assailant might be. So like
Okay.
I'd probably between Alley Cat getting shot and the bullet that came in from me, like if I can look and see like reverse engineer it which way to go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Cicero, it's your go.
Okay, so completely exposed now. He is going to run back into the house, and as he does it, he's going to be shouting, "What the fuck?" He's
All
now
right, and just as you finish on the last K, a bullet just slams into the outside wall of that of the house, where your head was about 2 seconds ago.
too slow, motherfucker.
It flicks. So you pull behind the house, and there is a door that probably leads to the kitchen. Well, you have no idea because you're not in the house. So it leads to, you have no idea where. But there is a door on the side of the house where you just pull the van.
Okay, great. Slicks is also processing also what just happened because he completely forgot and thought for some reason Cicero was in the house, but reality showed him that Cicero was right outside of the van. But then he gets out of the van thinking, man, if there's anyone who can handle a sniper out in the open, it's that dude Cicero. So he's not even worried about Cicero as he bashes into the house. And
And you see on the ground is Alley Cat. She's on her phone. Tab is busy with her little joystick on with that she plays with her drone.
right.
Cicero is panting, catching his breath on the in the living room, out of the way of the open door,
Yeah.
and they all just kind of look at you.
Slick silently in his head as he looks at Cicero and goes, yeah, knew it. And then he out loud, he's like, oh my God, oh, guys, we got to take cover. And tell me this, can I use my action to try and like, as Cicero or as Slick's clocks that Alley Cat has been shot, I don't have much medicine, I don't think, but is there anything that I can use as an action that Slicks could maybe help Alley Cat? What would that be under?
You don't have any first aid?
I mean, I got a paramedic stat.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I got first aid. Okay. Okay, so what? And remind me again. So I'm so sorry, guys. I keep slowing you down, but you use your skill stat and the ref number.
So you use your
Go.
You-
Okay.
you go, Gary.
Go ahead. Okay. So yeah, you on your sheet, you've got a bunch of numbers. You've got your level, you've got your stat, and you've got your base. So the
Yeah.
level reflects the number of points you have in the skill.
Okay,
The
I got no points in this skill.
Okay, then it's just the stat. So your base number should
Yeah.
be just equal to your stat score.
Okay, so my first aid is 7.
Okay, so then that means you've got what, 7 in int or in technique? Yeah, so you would just add
Yeah.
7 to your D10 roll.
Okay. Thought so. Thank you, Gary.
Editing for time. Gary, can you let me in the waiting room? I just tried with my
Absolutely.
Also, I got the best number you can get in Cyberpunk, 10.
which means you can roll again.
Oh, yes.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Slicks, what did you roll?
Oh, you sound so good.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, so you're able to figure out, yes, Tab has already stabilized your friend, but you're able to assist a bit. You clean up a bit. You're pretty confident she's not going to get infected from the wound, at least from any external source.
Right.
As you pour a bit of your vodka in one of your flasks on her. And yeah.
This is going to stick. There you go. It's like antiseptic. And then he takes a swig and then puts it back.
Alley Cat.
All right, can I react to that?
Sure can.
Alley Cat kind of like drops her phone, just like her hand just opens and she reaches up and she like puts her hands on Slicks's face and she's like, "You didn't die." And then she just kind of drops her hands.
Oh. Tab.
Being overwhelmed at having backup. The gang is back together. Cicero is running screaming. Slicks is here. I guess I'll check what Slicks. Where's Billy? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's okay. She's in the car. But what's his face is dead. His head. I mean, if you're a fan of popping pimples, his head was a pimple. Got popped, but that's. And I tell you, actually, it was actually gross, like a pimple. If it was filled. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Look,
Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
cool.
Billy's all right. We're both all right.
Okay, as long as y'all are okay.
Yeah.
I'll sort of center myself and ask Cicero, "Hey, I've got my eye in the sky. Can you let me know where I should go to keep an eye out for this person?"
There's a shack over on the hill. It's approximately 150 meters away in a generally northeasterly direction. There's a nice motorcycle which I intend to steal. A man cloaked using a sniper rifle has been taking shots at us for some time. I hid behind the van before Slicks heroically drove it away from me behind the house, leaving me
welcome,
exposed for the sniper rifle.
How attached are you to that motorbike, Cicero? Like, here's an idea. Could we blow it up along with the gentleman with the sniper rifle?
Of course, anything's possible, but I'd love to know how.
That part I haven't figured out yet.
Yes, well, there's options. That seems to be one of them, but missing a key step, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, those things run on gas, right? It's flammable. I could aim for the guy and hit the bike, but I don't think I have that kind of range.
Well, I would say, why if you want to hit that gas tank 150 yards away, why don't you aim directly point blank at Cicero?
Cicero, yeah.
Yeah.
Traumatize him just a little bit.
The safest place to be is down Tab's crosshairs.
Cicero, it's your go.
All right, he's gonna look at everybody, and he's gonna say, "Well, I've got bad news. I only see one way out of this situation, and it's straight down that man's throat. One of us needs to drive the van. The other needs to be there to shoot him in the face. I'm happy to shoot him in the face. I'm happy to drive. I'm happy to do both, but one of you is going to need to drive the van."
How close is Cicero standing to Alley Cat?
Probably 5-10 feet away at the most.
She picks up some random. Is there a random object on the ground near me, Emma?
All right. So Cicero is going to look at everybody and is going to say, "I only see one way out of this situation, and that is straight down that man's throat. One of you needs to drive the van while I shoot at him. I could drive and shoot at the same time. I'm quite effective at both. But someone needs to drive the van, in theory. He will only get one shot at me before..." And he's going to look down at Alley Cat, and he's going to say, "What's the speed of the van, Alley Cat, in movement stat?"
Emma, is there some random object on the ground near me?
Yeah, there's an old Kenny Rogers album.
Like a record album or a CD or?
Yeah, like a vinyl record.
She picks it up and she just chucks it at Cicero.
I didn't say it had to be you.
Yeah, and Slick says, in such a dangerous moment, I really admire how calm and cavalier you're being about all this, Cicero. I admire that. I'll drive your van.
And with that tab, you can see on the screen the feed from your drone that the guy with the sniper rifle. First of all, he's wearing a black trench coat, like all that goes all the way down to the ground, and he's got white makeup on and like black tribal kind of designs on his face.
Ooh.
And he gets on the bike and he revs it up and he starts taking off.
Towards which direction?
Like away from towards the highway.
Okay. Hey y'all. Our scary friend, who's a member of a vintage rock band, is leaving. They got on their bike and they're taking off.
Okay, and Slicks does this. What? And he runs to the window and he takes out his handgun and he tries to shoot the bike. Like he tries to shoot its tire.
Is the bike coming toward us or going away from us? Away from us. Okay.
So you're gonna take an aimed shot.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see here. You got a pistol.
Yeah, I just got a simple handgun.
Difficulty, if you can somehow hit a 38, I'll let you do it.
Oh my god.
Get that nonsense to explode.
Okay. Oh my god, 38. No. Oh man, I mean, no, what is this? This is not 18, 22.
Don't forget, if you roll a 10, you can roll that again.
No, I didn't roll a 10.
So you do have two shots, so you can roll again.
Oh yeah, right.
Shot.
Okay. But this is also -8 because I'm aiming, right?
That's why it's a 38.
Oh yeah, you can't. And if you're aiming, you can only take one shot.
Oh yeah,
right.
No,
Yes, that's right.
Right. So you're done. The bullet flies off towards Night City, but it goes nowhere near the guy on the bike,
Oh.
and he roars off.
Oh, and Slick slams. I was so close. Ah.
So drop you guys from initiative. What are you going to do?
Well,
Sorry, I just want to also add that at this moment, Slicks again uses his teleoptics to see if he can zoom in. Now that he has
perception.
okay, now that he has a really clear idea of where this thing is going and exactly, he's got okay, there it is.
Slicks, at some point, I would love for your mall cyber to do something.
Oh yeah, me too, man. I hate these implants. I keep using them and they give me nothing. Okay, except for this 19.
So
Squinting
see him,
hard,
he's looking
Slicks.
up.
And he's vocalizing
He's
how hard
going
he's squinting.
You don't see anything that Tabs hasn't really noticed. Like you can see that he's definitely wearing a black trash coat, flowing in the wind now because he's riding so fast. It looks like a cape.
Yeah.
And beautiful long black hair.
Okay. God,
Red tights, which is weird.
Red tights?
Yeah.
Huh.
Slicks comes out of his squint, his hard squint. Yeah, beautiful hair and this wicked black jacket. That's all I got. God.
I'm glad you're focused on the right things, as usual. Like where your friends are taking cover from a sniper.
Well, I mean, you're a talented man. I thought you could handle it, and you obviously did, my friend. I just had to get out of the way. Look, we were holding hot cargo, and already one of our passengers got their head blown off, my friend. So we were sitting ducks out there.
Well, fine. What's our next move?
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
We gotta take care of Alley Cat.
Yeah.
What?
Alley Cat.
Alley Cat.
looks,
Alley Cat looks fine.
Alley Cat looks around for something else to throw.
Oh, yeah,
Tab's gonna
so-
pull something out of her bag to hand to Alley Cat to throw at Cicero.
She throws whatever it is at Cicero and she goes, "Where's my dog?"
Why would I know where your dog is? Slicks was the one in the van.
Your dog
Throw
is all
things
right.
at him.
Look, we don't have time to bicker. Come on. We got a bleeding lady here. We got a dude with a, you guys, no head. I'm sorry, guys, look, I'm sorry for the bad news, but hold on. Mike, tied up Mike. As I'm sure you have assumed, tied up Mike is now no head Mike. So
He was my least favorite Mike. It's fine.
absolutely. I
Didn't
will
he
not
become
miss
your
him at
most
all.
favorite Mike?
He was demoted.
I see.
So we got to clean up the back seat of that van. But I suggest, yes, we got to get the hell out of here. Tab, good call.
Fine.
So they help up Alley Cat. She's like, obviously still holding her wound. All right. And we lead out the back of the house and, darting our heads back and forth, making us in. Slicks goes and opens the doors for everybody to make sure everybody can get in nice and safely.
Are we do we need to clean out some of the glass? Like which windows were shut out? Was it the front?
Oh yeah,
it was
totally.
the front windshield.
We're gonna have bugs in our teeth.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, we're gonna need a whole exterior and interior job done.
You should just light it on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you get in the van, you see that headless Mike is lying on the ground, and Max and Kevin Bacon are having a delicious snack of what used to be inside the head. And Billy is curled up with a box of pizza and just sleeping.
Oh.
That brings new meaning to the delightful head cheese.
Oh. God.
Dogs love cheese.
Yeah.
Ew.
Alley Cat just kind of does one of these at Cicero.
This is not our biggest problem. Our biggest problem is getting back into Night City as repair workers in this van, which does not look like the van we left in. Also, there's a headless corpse in it.
Yeah.
That's easy. We're in a desert. And we have a
wouldn't leave that
pig.
here. Yeah.
We have a pig.
Slicks goes over to the closest dry brush and just throws up. He's not used to like hearing the disgust of pigs eating dead bodies, but he turns around and wipes this little vomity spit off the side of his mouth. He's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. It's actually a very good idea. Get rid of the evidence, right? But it's disgusting. But do we know who is this guy that's shooting at us now?"
Has to be one of those nomads that we were told about, the ones who are kidnapping people. My fear is that if we return to Night City, it may be difficult for us to return to further investigate.
I mean, we could stay here. They ransacked the place, but we might be able to. I mean,
We could return to the farm as well.
Or the diner.
or the hospital.
There's no there's no hospital out here.
I know, but you need one.
Alley Cat
yes.
looks fine.
You've been shot a couple of times, haven't you?
Not recently. Not in this little vignette.
Yeah.
At least.
Not
It is-
recently.
It is
That's the
only the
best.
fixers who are broken.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, don't forget Slicks has a neck wound as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how poetic, Alley Cat.
Yeah.
Who will fix the fixers? Am I right? Oh, God.
Ab.
You get an Emma point for that one.
Yeah. And as he's holding his wound and wiping still vomit, he's like, the idea of a diner is pretty good. I could go for that thick, sludge-like coffee, that's for sure. It's still out in the Badlands. Yeah.
It's harder to get shot when we're in public, maybe?
Alley Cat, your agent starts buzzing you.
Is it a call or is it something else?
Are you asking me, or are you trying to figure that out yourself out loud?
Oh no, I look at it to see if it's a call or something else.
Oh. It's a text message.
I open it.
It's from Godfrey.
Okay. What does it say?
Truck full of speakers and DJ equipment just showed up.
Mike,
Yeah.
text Godfrey back for me.
Okay.
Tell him, great. Put it in the storage that I told you to put it in. Also add like 6 emojis, the cattier ones, the cute ones.
When just so I'm clear, when you mean great, did you mean that in a sarcastic way or a genuine way?
I meant it in a genuine way.
Okay.
It's great for the party that we're having, that we're throwing for Slicks. It is also very unrelated to my current situation, Mike.
And Mike spells woot onto your screen.
Loot like Loot.
No, WOOT.
It like I don't have enough blood for this.
So what are you guys doing? What are you doing?
I
I
think
mean, as a storyteller, I don't want to tell you what to do, but you also don't need the pig to eat headless Mike. You just throw Mike on the side of the road, right?
I mean, but that's less food if we have to pay for the pig later.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were going to say the barbecue.
waste
I mean,
not,
if we
want
just
not.
wait like 2 or 3 hours, the Kevin Bacon will probably take care of it.
I've seen
And Matt.
Red Hannibal. Yeah.
I've seen Fargo,
Yeah. Oh.
and I'm from Ohio.
Yeah, Max and Kevin Bacon getting the job done.
Well, and Slicks knows that he like his whole thing is this party, but he's been out in the Badlands for a while and people have been shooting at him and he's like, "Oh man, he's a city slicker, so being out here is like, oh geez." But he also is like, "Hey man, if someone's going to shoot at me and try and intimidate me, I'm not just going to let it slide." So there's a lot of options you could go after this this motorcycled man who was just shooting at us. We have, I think also too, Slicks is kind of leaving it up to Alley Cat and her gang because she's been with these people for longer. This is her job, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to like really put his foot in too much. You know what I mean? So he's like, "Hey, whatever you guys want me to do, I'm there for you."
Hey, storyteller, remind us really quick what we did with Slix's car.
Damn it! I was hoping you wouldn't remember until it was too late. I want to say I think you either left it at the diner or you took it with you.
We
I know
took it with us. I remember 'cause-
Cicero was driving it at one point. Cicero, where did you leave?
I think we drove it here while Slicks was unconscious.
So it's here.
Yeah, I was gonna have them steal it. I was just gonna forget it.
I don't know if we drove it here. It might be at the farm because we definitely drove it to the gas station.
Yeah.
I wonder if we would have, well, because Slicks and Billy were in the back of the van when we drove here. So I think we only brought one car.
Yeah, I don't honestly remember, so we can play it however.
So let's say you left it at the diner.
Oh,
Or at the gas station.
probably not at the gas station.
No, I think we would have left it before the gas station so it didn't get messed up. All right, so let's return to the diner then and go grab the car.
Get something to eat,
Yeah.
some pancakes.
Coffee.
We're in this bullet-riddled van where the windshield is all torn out and all of us are
Bullet-riddled
getting wind and
people.
bugs in our face. Yeah.
It's just going to be like the end scene after Avengers. We're all just sitting there, just like with destruction of our van outside. And we're all just like silently eating our breakfast meals.
So yeah, you guys drive back to the diner. You sit down at the at your booth, which is now your regular spot. Rosie brings out a couple of big pots of coffee, sets one of them right down and directly in front of Alley Cat. And as we segue to the end of this episode, why don't each of you just give me a couple of minutes and give me a narrative description of what you're doing, what you're eating, and what your thoughts are. And we'll start with Slicks.
Okay, Slicks he's exhausted. He's a lot of his finer clothes now are all dusty and cut up, and he's thinking to himself, there's a reason I don't come out to the Badlands, man. But as he's drinking this awful coffee, which he thinks is actually like 5-star coffee, with a runny eggs Benedict. This is a diner outside the city, so they don't make eggs Benny really well. They're using like Wonder Bread for the English muffin at the bottom, and it seems like actual part of it is actual water and not like runny eggs. Someone just like poured a little water on the eggs, and he's just spooning it, going, "Oh man, I gotta find." He's actually more focused on these they've been attacked so much since they've been out in the Badlands. He's like, "Who are these sons of bitches? I just want to get home to my party." But now he's feeling like this sense of revenge he hasn't felt since he was a young fixer on the streets of Night City. So that's where he's at kind of mentally, and he's calming down a bit, but he's thinking about revenge.
Okay, Tab, what's going into your mind?
Tab is primarily focused on continuing to keep Alley Cat alive. She's probably gone into mother hen mode You can't just drink coffee. You have to eat something too. I'm going to make you eat something, so you better decide before I order something for you. Don't make me call Rosie over here because she will order you the hangover special and I'm going to make you eat it all. Other than that, probably just like keeping like a weird paranoid eye out. She'll probably keep her drone going just to like she, we're sitting in the booth, but she wants to make sure that no one's coming up and down. So she's multitasking. She's trying to keep an eye on everything.
Cicero is going to be quietly observing his friends as they consider what has transpired over the past day or two. And he's going to think that they might be in more trouble than they previously thought. At first, it was just the Bozos, but then they found out that it was Bozos backed by Reclaim Inc. And then it turned out that the Bozos' influence extended outside of Night City, and now there might be a kidnapping ring powered by both Reclaim Inc. and the Bozos. And so Cicero is going to look at his friends and say, this isn't over. Not by a long shot.
Alicat.
Alicat ordered 2 orders of pancakes, and she's probably on her second or third thing of coffee at this point. She feels terrible. She lost a lot of blood. She's got at least, she has like knife wounds. She has a big hole in her shoulder, probably. She is now really concerned that her dog is getting a taste for human meat. She's also thinking about the fact that she's a little worried about Billy's narcolepsy, apparently. And also thinking that Cicero picked a really horrible time to just be really crabby, and wondering why he's so crabby. And also wondering if she's ever going to see the inside of Night City again. Or if she's going to die out here. She feels like possibly she might die out here.
And with that thought, Rosie comes over, fills your cup up with more coffee, and Billy wakes up in the back of the van, raises her head, and turns over, doesn't see her friends, but sees Max and a pig eating half of a body, or chickens are flying around, and she goes, gross. And then she falls right back to sleep.